Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Children's Sermon for May 3rd. It is a beautiful day outside today, so I hope you're enjoying the sunny weather. I know in our neighborhood, I'm hearing an awful lot of lawnmowers. I mowed the grass this morning, and it made me also think of our reading for this weekend. It's Good Shepherd Sunday in church, so we hear the image of Jesus as our Good Shepherd, and we also, every time we have Good Shepherd Sunday, every year after Easter, we hear the 23rd Psalm. And so I want to share with you a bit of that 23rd Psalm because it talks about green pastures, like our green grass that everybody's out mowing today. But I want to share that with you. And so if you want to, you can grab your Spark Bible, okay? Your Spark Bible, and the story is on page 160. So if you want, you can grab that and read along. Okay, so the Lord is my shepherd. David the shepherd loved his sheep. He led them to beautiful fields where they ran, played, jumped, and kicked up their heels. They ate the lush green grass and feasted on delicious berries. They drank from cool mountain streams and splashed in refreshing waterfalls. David cared for each and every lamb. If one wandered over the hill, David was quick to go and find it. He put the lost lamb on his shoulders and sang sweet songs and hummed soft melodies. Sometimes he played his harp to help the tired lambs fall asleep. During times of danger, David fought against wild animals with only a slingshot and some stones. His sheep were not afraid because David was always with them. David thought about what he did as a shepherd and thought that God cares for his people in many of the same ways that he cared for his sheep. One day, David wrote a song to tell everyone God is like a shepherd. God loves and cares for each and every one of us. This is how it goes. God is my shepherd. He gives me all I need. He gives me wonderful places to rest and sleep. He lets me splash and play in cool, clear waters. He helps me do what is right. I am not afraid even in the darkest nights, because you are with me. God and your protection comforts me. When danger comes, you give me strength. My life is filled with your love, and all I want is to be with you my whole life long. David sang his song to sheep, thankful for all the ways God loved and cared for him. So that psalm is a great story that in the midst of all kinds of different things, good things and bad things, it talks about peaceful waters and green pastures, and it even talks about dark nights or dark valleys, as some of the traditional readings say. But in all of those times, good ones and bad ones, God is always there. And so one of the things that I want us to think about today is, what are the ways that we know God's around? What are the ways that we think of God's presence and know that God is caring for us, especially in these times when we can't be together? I can't see you and talk to you as we sit up front for the children's sermon, or see you in church to give you a hug or a handshake or a high five on the way out the door. And as much as we miss that, we know that God is still with each one of us, caring for each one of us, and giving us a chance to connect and be together. And so today I wanted to share with you something about my day yesterday. And my day yesterday that reminded me that not only do you all care, but also God cares for me through you. And so I want us to look for those things too. So yesterday was a special day for me. It was my birthday, right? It was my birthday, and I turned 41 years old. And I know to some of you that seems like a really big number. To some of you grown-ups who are watching, it might not seem like quite such a big number. But when I woke up yesterday and I got ready to go up and be on the roof because I was doing some work on a leaky roof that we had, I saw these out in my yard. I know, you might say, well, they look like pool noodles, and they are, but they were candles, big birthday candles that were stuck all over my yard. There were 41 birthday candles because I'm 41. And then later on in the day, I also had a surprise where people from the congregation, and some of you might have even been out there doing that, but drove by with signs and with horns honking and waving and even some cards to wish me happy birthday. And I have to tell you, it made me feel really, really happy that I got to see some of you that I haven't gotten to see for a while. And it also reminded me that as much as God as in our church family, and as much as God loves us and we love one another, it was so good to be reminded of how God cares for us in that way. So thank you to all of you who were able to be a part of that. Thank you for all of you who were who sent cards or text messages, Facebook messages, any of those kinds of things. It was a wonderful day, but should also remind us that even when we feel really close to God or really far away from God, that sometimes we just need people, one another, to remind us that God is with us and that God loves us. Thanks for reminding me of that yesterday. We'll see you soon.